Good afternoon. This is the weekend update for Buy Sell Short for Friday, September 27th. I actually decided to do the weekend video a little bit early. Had some thoughts. Figured we may as well get this out of the way. Not a whole lot is going to change over the weekend. We're probably just going to see more of the same nonsense from Washington with the nut jobs trying to crater the economy just so they can get some airtime. But, that's a whole nother story. As for the market, another red day today. What were we down? 80-plus points. But you really would not know it because it has been a fantastic couple of weeks in the market. Because if you actually trade stocks and don't look at the nonsense that's ongoing or trade the large cappers, the rest of the market has been awesome. Momentum has been great. We've been seeing lots of action all over the place. It's been awesome. Awesome day again today. And, the market was red. We're looking at the Dow daily chart, and we can see we lost that support. Looked like we put in a bottom yesterday. But, a Friday, you've got all this chatter about, oh, my God, the impending doom and gloom come Monday when the government shuts down. Why Monday's even being tagged as a government shutdown date is beyond me. The government has enough money to keep going until mid-October. They're going to keep kicking this can down the road. But, that's the excuse they had going for today. And, the fund managers figured, they could push things lower. That's just what they do right now. If we look at the 15-minute chart, you can see we are still in this bullish falling wedge. But we've got RSI trying to break up through 50. We've got ADX trying to cross over into positive territory. We've got stochastics breaking up through 50. So while the doom and gloom scenario is out there, we've got a good chance for a bounce on Monday. Now, one indicator I want us to take a look at, and we've actually not looked at it for a couple of months, is the call ratio. That is a ratio between S&P 500 calls and puts. Over 1 is bullish. Under 1 is bearish. So here we are approaching 70, one of the lowest levels we've seen over the last 6 months. And the last time we got this low, we are down at 0.65. And if we go back to the daily chart and look at September 9th at 0.65, that was right here, right before we rallied 800 points. And here we have put-call ratio approaching a similarly low level. A lot of bearishness out there. Usually this is a pretty good indicator for a nice bounce back in the market. And whether or not the actual major indices bounce back, as long as we see the crack mania we are seeing in small and mid-cap stocks, do we really care right now? Also, as a side note, we actually had 3 Fed governors out today talking about the taper and the economy. And essentially the read from it, these are all the dovish guys. We're going to call these the Yellen trio because they are Yellen, the new unannounced Fed governors, good friends, very, very dovish, just like her. And they were out saying market misinterpreted what the Fed said. And I've been preaching that for the last couple of months, saying where the hell is the market getting taper talk? I know Bernanke talked about it, but, just to beat a dead horse here, he said, if jobs growth gets under, the unemployment rate gets under 7%, and we see a strong economy, the Fed will taper. Do you see unemployment under 7%? Do you see a strong economy right now? This is an economy just humming along at the bottom with, the teabaggers trying to implode that thing right now with the nonsense that's going on in D.C. We ain't going to taper this year. I've been saying that over and over again. Once the market comes to that realization, we'll be off to the races. And, once we get a debt deal, sooner the better, off to the races we go again. Russell, small caps, as we mentioned in the last video, sideways action here, rectangle formation setting up. We could see these larger small cap stocks dip. We're in a strong uptrend. Retraces are to be expected. Even going back to the Dow daily chart, things are not as bad as you're hearing out there. Monday, last day of the trading month, last day, quarter end, we could see some nice window dressing. So, we also got that to look forward to as well going into next week. But anyway, let's jump into some stock plays. CERE. We jumped into this one a couple of days ago at $1.18, $1.20. We picked up some more shares yesterday on the big move that we saw in shares of KIOR. In pre-market today, the stock hit $1.69. It went all the way back up again. Awesome. Ended up selling off. But, you know, we got a 30+% gain from the original call in a couple of days. You can't ask for anything better than that. You know, and if it goes all the way back down again, it'll give us another opportunity to play it. A new swing play today, OXBT. This one actually should have closed at $1.43, but some tool sold 100 shares on the bell so that he could paint it down. But this is a biotech stock. And as I mentioned in the email alert, this is a stock, was trading around 20 cents, did that reverse split a couple of months ago, has sold off since then, but has not had the monster post-reverse split run that has been typical of this market this year. We've got a nice symmetrical triangle set up here with very strong support at $1.30. Breakout is... We've got two breakout levels. 148 is the breakout of this symmetrical triangle, but we've got the 50-day moving average just a smidge higher right there at 151. This is where the geniuses, the Twitterati, will come start chasing this stock. You know, we're getting in a little bit ahead, but this is a swing play. Very, very nice chart, bio chart. Bios are doing awesome in this market, and biotech charts are doing even better, and this chart looks great. We've got RSI, the strongest it's been since this stock was over 3, approaching the 50 break level. We've got an uptrending and strong ADX. We've got stochastics in the basement, and just check out this stair-stepping move in on-bounce volume. That has yet to be reflected in the price of this stock. You see this action right here? This is big-time accumulation. On-bounce volume, again, if you're not familiar with, it's a way to judge if there's more buying than selling in a stock. And when you see, if you look at this on-bounce stair-stepping action, you would expect, if you look back up here, to see this stock substantially higher. I think that is coming very, very soon, like the setup here. Another biotech play that we jumped into yesterday was RNN. Again, just to recap, this stock has a very, very nice trend. And let's scroll lower. That when stochastics are around the 20 level the last 4 times, I just went back 4 times. I probably see even more instances if we went back further. This stock has gone boom, 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 boom. And here we are, right again. Nice little breakout from this triangle. You'll probably see all the geniuses chase this one when it gets to about 47, 48 cents, and we'll already be sitting on a 20% gain, 15% gain. Target here, gap fill, 55 to 63 cents. RSI breaking up through the 50 level. Very, very nice action again on this one in a red market. It's slowly built all day long. Got a nice little bidder going into the last hour. We're seeing volume tick up. Chart looks great. We still have yet to see this big volume spike. So this is a stock that kind of builds. If you look back at the previous times that we had that big bounce on the stochastics indicator, that we had a couple of days of pretty decent volume, about a million, less than a million, and then boom, volume goes to 3-4 million. We're approaching that volume goes boom, 3-4 million. Let's see what early next week brings us. ZLCS. I'm actually a little bit mad at myself on this one. Been either a day early this week or a day late calling some positions that I've been watching very, very closely. I was actually watching this stock really, really closely yesterday. I saw a nice little flag setup, kind of similar to the one that we were able to jump onto back in late August. But it dipped down towards the close, and I decided not to do it. Today it went kaboom, and this stock, back to that 2-year chart that I had up right when I turned to this chart, this one looks really, really strong, and it's very reminiscent to what we saw mid-summer last year, where this stock essentially ran from 71 cents to $1.62, 140%, 150% over the course of a couple of weeks, and it looks like a similar power move is ongoing right now. If we again go back to this chart, Right now, what we're seeing happen a lot, especially on biotech stocks, when they break a buck, they tend to move to a $1.20 plus. So let's see what Monday brings on this one. But biotech stocks doing very, very well. And we've got RNN. You know, there are very few stuffed pipeline biotech stocks left. ZLCS has started to take off. RNN's about to go. Very, very few of them left. PLUG. Don't you just love this stock? I mean, look what we have done in this stock since May. Just boom, 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 boom. Each and every time, giving us excellent trading opportunities. And the volume is really starting to build on this one. Positive MACD cross on it today. The last couple of positive MACD crosses have seen really big moves in this stock. Very nice Seeking Alpha article out on this one today, so I would suggest, going to Seeking Alpha and pulling up an article on Plug. Makes a very good argument that we could potentially get some nice news on this stock Monday, Tuesday. Let's see what happens. Very strong follow through on this one, and actually nice buying after hours for a stock on a Friday is pretty rare. After we break 80, I think this is a stock that we're going to look back and go, wow. We were trading this stock at 17, 18 cents, and here it is a $1 plus. Nice setup going into next week. GAIA, nice pop today. Got as high as a $1.20 or $1.20, $2.20. Looked great, especially on that moving average breakout. But saw a lot of posts on it in Twitter, etc. Traders just surprised. The stock's only up 10 cents. Why is it not up more? And that pressure kind of built, and the stock ended up closing at the lows of the day, but above all three of those moving averages. Volume has been building. We're about to get a positive MACD cross. Stochastics are in the basement and now curling up. I like the setup here, and I believe this is a stock in the next couple of weeks or sooner we could see trading north of 240 plus and probably making a run on 3. I mean, look what Jern has done over the last 2 weeks. This one from couldn't move to save its life to doubling in price. That's just the kind of market we're in right now when it comes to biotech stocks. OCLR. This is a stock that we've had, it's been on the pop scan for probably 3 of the last 5 days, I believe, quite often. I've been waiting for this one to break out from this flag. Huge pop on its earnings report a couple of weeks ago, has been flagging over the last couple of days. We were waiting for that 170, 123 area to break, and it broke today. Very, very nice break. This is probably going to be our next rule of 2 play. And let's look at a 2-year chart here. Next target early this week would be a move to 195. And then once the rule of 2 takes into account, we've got a whole nother ball game ongoing. But very, very nice breakout on volume on a red market today. Could be a nice mover next week. Quick mention on GSPC. Stock sold off a little bit today despite Facebook going up. Probably the reason, although it's kind of crazy, one of their IPO stocks, one of the stocks they own shares on, was a failed IPO today. VENM or whatever the hell the symbol was. Supposed to price at 9, priced at 8, down at 7, etc., etc. Who cares? We're in this one for Twitter. And actually, we welcome all dips in it. If it's able to dip back to the upper 13s, $14 area, awesome. This is a play into Twitter. Looking for 20 plus on this one, if not more. I think Twitter, it's crazy. I see all the bashing of Twitter that's out there in the media by average Joes. I don't think they understand the impact Twitter is going to have. I mean, most of the country still doesn't use Twitter. You hear it talked about a lot. Look at traders. We use Twitter all the time now. It is the news source. If you need to find out news, where do you go first? Twitter. And the Twitter platform is perfect for mobile ads. And that's all that it's about right now, is how you can leverage money off mobile. I think Twitter will be an awesome winner. These guys have 2 million shares of it. I think Twitter on IPO day is going to open $75 to $100 plus, which is like $180, $200 million in value to GSPC, and they've got it at a $36 million value on their balance sheet. Just think about that. Again, this stock went up this much, 50%, because they own 350,000 shares of Facebook, and Facebook doubled. What do you think's going to happen on 2 million shares of Twitter when it goes up 400%? That's all I'm saying. So that's it for the video, guys. Have an awesome weekend. This market is rocking. Don't listen to the nonsense out there. We do have to keep a mind out or an ear out and pay attention to this nonsense in Washington. We're probably, there is a chance we'll have a day where they'll whip the shit out of everything and then down it'll go. But it won't last long. And once it gets resolved, back to your regularly scheduled rallies. So have a great weekend. See you guys in the chat room on Monday. Bye.